Hi everyone. Please excuse the background. I've just decided to make this video quickly right now. And I thought if I start cleaning up and taking a shower, cleaning the background and everything, it's just not going to happen. And I have been wanting to film this video for weeks now. So, how are you all? I hope you're all doing okay. It's Sunday today when I'm filming, and I hope that I'll get it out today, hopefully. I hope that everyone is at their lowest symptoms, almost symptom-free, maybe symptom-free in a lot of things. Why not? I hope you're all symptom-free today and having a good day. I am in a little bit all over the place because my mother has been in hospital on and off all of last week, and shortly I am going to go out. I'm just waiting for the shops to open to get some ingredients to make her a nice stew and take it over there. So I wanted to do this video before the day takes me again. So basically, a couple of weeks ago, I decided to change my whole lifestyle. And I also decided to stop doing things half-heartedly. For example, when I started taking thiamine and my fatigue went away for 2 months, then I had a crash because I way overdid it. I did, and I didn't look into why. All I thought was, well, that didn't work, you know? And funny enough, somebody on the video I made about the thiamine helping my fatigue, somebody commented on it a few weeks ago, and she said, oh, you know, she's really looking forward to trying this. And I said, the studies said that it did work for some people, but I have to say it didn't end up working for me. And the girl you can go to my thiamine video and you'll see that in the comments, she and I were commenting back and forth about this, if anybody's curious. I'm not going to talk about it all here. But she did say that there is this thing that you do get worse before you get better. And she recommended this guy on YouTube, and I looked him up. It's all in the comments. The one thing I did learn about through that guy, I only looked at 2 of his videos, but I haven't had the chance. But he did say that when you have, I think it was him, or through him, I looked at other things, but that when you do take thiamine, then it could reduce other vitamins. I think you have to take other B complexes, and I think it gets rid of your magnesium, was it? I can't remember. So I just said to myself, look, you got to be a bit more thorough than this. So I made a little plan, and I decided that I'm going to stick to this plan. Whether I get better or not better, it will make me know that I have tried everything I can, and along the way learned some things. Along the way, maybe it will help some things. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's a journey that I'm going to go on, and I'm going to share it with you. I don't want to give anybody false hope. I don't mind giving myself false hope, because I do know that what I'm going to do is not going to make me any worse. It's going to make me better in some ways. And if it doesn't put Sjogren's into remission, if it doesn't help the symptoms, if it doesn't do this and that and the other, that's okay. At least I know I've tried, because I always half-heartedly try something and then I give up. And I just want to try properly. So this is what I wrote to myself. A lot of this stuff, you're going to say, well, that's ridiculous. You can't get rid of Sjogren's. I'm not saying we can, but I like to have a positive mind frame. It's just the way I am. I believe that that helps. Whether it helps just lift your spirits up, or whether it actually helps make changes. I read a book called Cured. It was amazing. When I read that book, it made me feel so much better. It gave me hope. And, you know, I think weeks later, I had the worst time of my life with flares and everything. I'm not saying that book is a cure, but it just made me feel good. It just comforted me. So I like to be comforted. To each their own, right? So some of these things you're going to think, this girl is bonkers. That's absolutely fine. For people who don't know what bonkers means in the rest of the world, it's like crazy. That's absolutely fine. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through it. So I've written my life non-negotiables. Aim: reverse my autoimmune, spontaneous remission of Sjogren's, no more fatigue, no more allergies, reduction of stress, and vitality. That's my aim. Nobody says that I'm going to succeed, but that's my aim. Okay. Throughout the month of February, initial testing. So I decided to do some tests. I decided that I would do a metal toxins test. I would do a food intolerance test. I would do a mold test. I would do a thyroid and hormones test. I would do a gallbladder scan, and I would do vitamin and mineral tests. The reason why I wanted to do these tests is because whatever good I'm going to do to my body, it's good to make sure that it's in balance and there's nothing else going on. And if I'm going to take supplements, do I really need them? And also because of how my symptoms started. The first time I got really seriously ill, I had a tummy bug. And I got seriously ill. I lost a lot of weight. And they told me that I had a thyroid problem. My thyroid, I can't remember which one it was. And they said in the future, that means I'm going to get that one that's the slow one. I forget what it's called. Hypo, or is it? I've done tests ever since. And that was quite a few years ago. And it's been fine. But I would like to always keep a check on it. And then the last time when everything got triggered and I couldn't walk and everything, it started with a stomach bug as well. And also I was living somewhere which had a lot of, I think it had mold that couldn't be seen. The floors were so wet from under the ground, and I kept telling the landlord to bring people to check, and they kept saying it was fine. Later on, way after I moved, I spoke with my landlord and he said, yes, that issue got sorted. So there was a big issue. And I've heard a lot of people get, I think our autoimmune, it's in there, it's kind of, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but a lot of people seem to have it triggered and come out with some kind of tummy bug. I've heard that with 2 people. Let me know in the comments if that's been the case for you, or what do you think triggered it? What was it? What happened? And then suddenly you weren't well. For me, both times there were tummy bugs. That first time with the thyroid thing, I had also, I'm not going to go into it, some stupid thing with toxins, cleaner thing. I went all green, my esophagus, I had to go to, it was just this whole thing. So I thought, okay, let me just check my metal toxins, blah, 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 blah. Okay, the only thing I've done out of this list so far is I did a food intolerance test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this list of what I want to do. And then every week I will go through what I've done and what's happening with it. So I think I will go through this list now. And then in the next video, go through my food intolerance test. It was very interesting to be intolerant to things I had no idea I was, and that I eat absolutely every day and I thought they were healthy. Everyone's going to be different. And within days, I feel so much lighter and better for that. But, it's just, it doesn't mean like anything's cured, but it's a good thing I'm not having those foods that I'm intolerant to. But I'll go into a whole video about that. I'm going to have a gallbladder scan soon because I did have a lot of gallstones. I had a lot of stomach issues, a lot of pain. I've had an endoscopy and stuff like that. And basically, I think that sometimes it's my gallbladder that's a problem rather than anything else. So I'd like to sort that out and feel better in some ways, If I'm going to feel crap with Sjogren's, I might as well make sure everything else is okay. Anyway, but hopefully I won't feel crap with Sjogren's. I want to be positive. Okay. Then I said maybe look into anti-allergy machines because I'm very, very allergic to dust mites, and a little bit to grass pollen. If anybody has an allergy, what are those like clean air machine things that are good for allergens? Please let me know, please. So today I'm going to talk about my daily minimum. This is the daily minimum of what I will do every day. A lot of it is spiritual, some of it is religious. So please respect that that's me and my life. It will not suit a lot of people. But I'm going to tell you what it is because it's part of my non-negotiables. And I'm really putting myself out there by talking about that. And this is something that I'm doing every day. and it makes me feel better emotionally, mentally. So daily minimum, mornings, before looking at my computer, do 5 minutes of meditation in the morning. The reason why I'm doing meditation is because, but basically, our bodies are in a lot of fight or flight in this day and age, right? Because everything, especially if we have some noise intolerance or light intolerance or whatever, there's a lot going on there. You know, there's honking of horns on the cars. There's the ambulance sirens. I don't know, in the UK, in London, they're so loud. There's just checking emails, going online. If we're working, it's having to be on deadlines, and there's just a lot in life, right? There's a lot. And I read in a study, and I don't remember the exact because it was a while ago, but it said that there was a very high portion of a lot of people with Sjogren's. They had found had some kind of childhood abuse. I think there was sexual abuse, and if not that, then other kinds of abuse. There was definitely, for a lot of people, there was a lot of childhood trauma, and for some, if not childhood, later on trauma. And for me personally, I have had quite a bit of trauma in my life, and I've been one of those people where everybody would say, "You're so strong, you know, wow, you've been through it all, and you know, you seem okay," and all that kind of stuff. I think our bodies would have, for me personally, I feel that the hard life, the traumas when I was younger, the hard life that I made for myself, always like, no, I can do it. Yeah, it's okay. I don't need any help. Yeah, I'll just get on with it. I'm stoic. I'm this, that, the other. And just accepting that as my life, I just kept putting more and more on myself. And it all comes down, that could be a video in itself. It's all down to really how much do you love yourself? How much do you respect yourself? All comes down to childhood, how you were brought up, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, so the point is, I feel like my body's always been like, and on edge and not relaxed. And I'm sure that must do something to our bodies. That must click and say, right, you're treating me, my body, you're treating it so badly. F you. I'm gonna like go on strike. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just feel, yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I need to really calm my body, love myself, just really like, hey body, I love you. I'm sorry I treated you that way. And be calm and like, gosh, yeah, acknowledge that, yeah, you've gone through a lot of stuff. And yeah, I think a lifetime of stress, being under enormous stress all the time for whatever reason, this all, you know, puts a strain on our bodies. And I feel that if we do some meditation, just not think, not worry, relax, feel safe, that kind of clicks things together, back to neutral. I'm not saying it takes away an autoimmune, right? I'm not saying that, but I think that it might help. It's only got to help. And if not, anyway, I will know. I will try. But for me, actually, it does work because in the summer, I did meditation for a few weeks, and my fatigue got better from just meditating. And then I stopped because my daughter got COVID in South Korea, and she was bad and had to go to hospital and all sorts of things. And I was so stressed, I just did not have time to be meditating. That was the last thing on my mind. I think I tried for a bit, and it was just, yeah, these things happen. But I gave up. I didn't go back to it. And that's the whole point of what I want to do now, is that even if I don't do it for a day, even if I don't do it, well, I wouldn't let it go for a week. I would force myself to do all these things. So anyway, that's the reason for meditation, because it will calm my body down, and I've noticed that it helps with my fatigue. It helped with my fatigue, so I'm gonna start again. I have started. I wish I could tell you how many days now. I think it's been about a week that I have been doing the things that is my daily minimum. So 5 minutes meditation in the morning, 5 minutes affirmation in the morning. Actually, I counted, and it was actually just not even 2 minutes. And affirmations, manifestations, whatever you'd like to call it. If anybody knows of Louise Hay, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll put some links below to her Heal Your Life videos. It's very interesting. There's one that I did maybe a year ago, I started doing, and it released a lot of things. I'm not saying these things are going to cure anything, but if none of this resonates to you, please just, ignore it. I won't be doing these kind of what some people might call airy-fairy or spiritual or la-di-da or whatever talks apart from today. The rest of it is all going to be very, very practical. So bear with me for today, but even today I'm going to go into other things. But this is on my list, so I had to mention it. Yeah, so the affirmations. I made myself some. I voice note it and record it. And I think it was Louise Hay in one of her talks who said that if you record it yourself, it's actually even more powerful listening to yourself talk, which makes sense because it's coming from you. So so I've been doing that. A prayer, which I'm not going to go into, so I do that every morning. Then 5 things to be thankful for. I think it's important to count our blessings and not go into this deep kind of hole of all the things that are wrong and are bad in our lives, because it can get very depressing. And also I feel that we can just go through it easier if we're more positive. I'm not saying it's going to cure anything, but I'm just saying that it will give us a sort of the glass is half full kind of thing. I know it's not the case every day. I know that there are days where it's just like, look, this is like effing unfair. We have to have those days. We have to deal with those emotions. We have to let it out there, because it isn't fair, and there's nothing wrong with feeling sorry for ourselves, and because we have every reason to, because it's crap. But at the same time, it's good to kind of lift ourselves up as well and stay positive and look at because otherwise it's going to be really hard, isn't it? It's just going to be really, really hard. I remember once I had a PTSD on something, and I called up my ex-therapist, and I was going on holiday, and I said, I can't get out of this feeling, and I feel terrible, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, I'm going on a holiday in 2 days, I don't know what to do. And I was in a real state, and it was PTSD over something really serious. And she said to me, look, just write 3 things that you're thankful for. Get a notebook, write 3 things you're thankful for, morning and night, and see if that helps. And I can't believe how much it helped me. I don't know if this would help other people, but it really helped me. And I thought, wow, that is powerful. Just to do that, how did it distract? I don't know what it did. So I definitely am a big believer in it. I used to do it before she said it, on and off, but once that happened, I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so if you haven't done a thankful list before, you can start off with things like, I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful that I'm warm, I have shelter. I'm thankful that I have a fridge full of food. I mean, it depends on who you are. You may not have that, so you might say you're thankful for something else. Say, I'm thankful that I can move my arms. Just whatever I don't know. I'm thankful that my nails grew. I'm thankful that it's sunny today. I'm thankful that I have quiet neighbors, that I can sleep, because I've needed to sleep for 2 days. I can't get out of bed, but I'm thankful I've got a bed. Whatever it is. And then suddenly you're like, oh, I'm thankful for that bird that just sang. Or I think it does a lot of things, but I think it perks us up. It makes us realize that. I think it just makes us feel a bit more positive, I think. Then, this is a funny one. I've said 8 minutes of staring at the sky. Now, remember, all of this I'm doing before getting on the computer, checking emails, going on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. So this was 5 minutes originally. 5 minutes of staring at the sky. And I enjoyed it so much, I made it 8 minutes because it went by so quickly. And funny enough, now that I have made it 8 minutes, I'm not being very good at it. So I might go back to 5 minutes. Especially on a day like today, it's absolutely cloudy. It's just white. It was really, oh, there's a bird. See, that's the thing. When you do look up after a while, you see things. So there's a bird flying and it's gliding. It's just so beautiful. And you just get into this kind of meditative state. Again, it's a bit like meditation. And that's just like calming. You're out of thinking. You're out of your body. You're just not thinking. Not even sure how much you're feeling. I suppose you're feeling, but so I'm just watching this bird. It is gliding round and round, around. So I could be watching that forever. See, I was getting distracted. Yeah. So 5 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes of staring at the sky. When I was really getting into it, I was doing that thing where you do when you're kids. What's it called? When you look at the clouds and you look and you find different shapes. And yeah, it was really, really lovely. And then it was kind of breezy one day, and I noticed these trees swaying, and then I found myself just watching the trees sway, and I was just like in a very hypnotic state. And I really think anything that lowers our stress hormones is really good. I know that we need stress hormones for things, you know, we need cortisol for things, but I feel like for us, people with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, Sjogren's, all of these sort of chronic things, I think we need to calm things down. There's always going to be stresses. We have enough stresses with our illnesses, so let's just try to keep things as calm as possible. So what else have I got here? Breakfast, always have breakfast. I have to anyway. I feel bad if I don't. And then a glass of water. I actually went and bought myself a beautiful carafe, and because I found that I wasn't drinking as much, because I had this old jug that I didn't like anymore. It was kind of stained. You know when it's got the water stains that won't go. So anyway, I bought this carafe. Isn't it pretty? And it's so pretty. And I am drinking loads of these. It's still, you know, it's not that big, but so I'm drinking quite a few a day, and it's just lovely. So I'll put a link if anybody wants one. I got it from Urban Outfitters. Yeah, so I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished with my whole video. Then I put morning supplements, and I'll have like evening supplements. And every day it's a little bit different, but not that much. So I've got certain supplements that I'm taking. Has anybody had magnesium baths? Oh my God, they're so good. I'm gonna finish this video in 2 minutes. I don't want to make it too long, and it is long already. Magnesium baths are great because they really, I mean, I don't realize how stiff my body is. I'm always tense. And forget pain, forget the pain side. Just even without pain, I'm just like always tense. Right now I've got pain, but I think it's because I'm so tense. And so I take the bath, and I can't believe it just relaxes your muscles completely. I had not done that. I don't think I've ever had magnesium baths until now. If I have, it's many years ago. And what is that noise behind me that's scaring me? Okay, so yeah, totally relaxes your body. So good. Just relaxes your body. And also sometimes my mind is just like non-stop thinking. And the first time I took it, it was like this battle with my mind. And this trying to relax me, and the magnesium won, and I just relaxed. So it wasn't just my body, it was my brain, everything relaxed. And I didn't have to go to sleep. It just relaxed me. And in a way, that being relaxed gave me more energy. So that really tells me that a lot of my fatigue comes from stress and physically and mentally. So yeah. Oh yeah, and the other thing was to take a probiotic before I sleep. But I will talk about that the next time. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this video has been useful. I know that it is a little bit kind of just about what I'm doing, but I hope that you did get something out of it. Please leave a comment letting me know anything that you think, as long as it's, not rude. And yeah, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Wishing you all a lovely Sunday, and speak to you soon. See you soon. Lots of love. Bye.